This is for educational use only. Our group grants permission for our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardines, to use this as educational material.
Definition of peace education. Peace education can be defined as the process of promoting knowledge, skills, attitude, and values needed to bring about behavior changes that enable individual groups and nations to prevent conflict and violence, resolve and dispute peacefully, and create conditions conducive to peace. According to UNICEF, peace education is not only about stopping wars, but also about building cultures of dialogue, tolerance, and cooperation in everyday life. Philosophy of peace education. The philosophy of peace education is rooted in the belief that peace is not just the absence of war, but the presence of justice, equality, and respect for human dignity. This philosophy is grounded in three main perspectives. 1. Humanism. In every individual has worth and deserves dignity and rights. Second, nonviolence. Inspired by leaders like Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr., peace education promotes nonviolent action as a means to resolve conflict. Third, global citizenship. Recognized in the globalized world, peace must extend beyond borders, encouraging solidarity and responsibility towards others and the environment.
Hi everyone, my name is Decadet Humawan, and I'm going to talk about the effectiveness of peace education and the rest of certain key attributes. Firstly is the holistic. It addresses all spheres of life: personal, social, political, and environmental peace. Then participatory. Learners are actively involved through dialogue, role-playing, and problem-solving activities. Then there's the third one is transformative. It changes attributes and behaviors, fostering empathy, tolerance, and cooperation. Then values-based. It emphasizes universal values such as justice, equality, respect, and compassion. Then there's sustainability. It connects peace with sustainable development, linking education with long-term social change. These attributes ensure that peace education is not just theoretical but live-on practice. Peace education equips individuals with the skills and resolve conflicts peacefully, recognize diversity as a strength, and build inclusive communities where cooperation replaces competition. It empowers learners to move beyond personal interests and contribute to the well-being of society as whole. Moreover, peace education nurtures critical thinking by encouraging learners to question structures of violence, injustice, and inequality. It fosters an environment where learners not only acquire knowledge but also develop a capacity to act as agent of positive change. By instilling both awareness and responsibility, peace education helps cultivate global citizens who are capable of shaping a more just, compassionate, and sustainable world. That's all. Thank you.
Holistic concept of peace in CMO number 1 2019. While the full text of CMO number 1 2019 does not explicitly define peace or a holistic concept, thereof, its integration into our curricula implies a comprehensive and transformative approach to peace education. CMO number 1 2019 mandate that all higher education institute or HEI in the Philippines integrate peace studies education into their curricula either as integrated topics in existing subject or as elective courses. But to capture the broader holistic understanding of peace envisioned by peace education in Chad issuance, we can turn to supplementary sources that provide conceptual clarity. And the broader definition from peace education materials is A module on peace education likely used in Philippines higher educational teaching elaborates on holistic understanding of peace tied to SIMO. Peace is more than just an absence of war or non-violence. It also means to indication of all forms of injustice and includes presence of social justice, harmony, understanding, respect, and tolerance. It's not just about ending conflict, but also about embedding a positive, prosperatory, participatory process that encourages dialogue and seeks resolution in a spirit of mutual understanding and cooperation. And one of the quote that I read about 1996 in Mindanao Church, peace is not just an absence of war. It is the wellness of life where every person can live with dignity. Peace education is described as an holistic in sense that it addresses a wide array of interconnected issues: militarization, structural violence and human rights, cultural solidarity and environmental care, and personal peace.
Overview of CHED SIMO number 1 S 2019. Number 1, purpose and mandate. What it is. It is a directive from CHED Commission on Higher Education issued on April 2, 2019 that mandates the integration of peace studies or education into higher education curricula across the Philippines. Why it matters. It aims to promote a culture of peace, understanding, and sustainable development among students. Number 2. How HAIs or higher education institutions should comply. CHED lets institutions choose one of two ways to implement peace education. Option A. Integrate peace-related content into existing courses such as history, social sciences, political science, management, or humanities. Option B. It offers peace studies education as a standalone elective subject. Number 3. Supporting peace educators. Institutions already involved in peace studies, such as those offering a specialization or degree, are encouraged to A. Assist other institutions developing peace education. B. Apply for CHED funding under its faculty development program to conduct capacity building sessions and train peace educators. Number 4. Timeline for implementation. HEIs could begin offering peace studies or education in the first semester of academic year 2019 to 2020, either integrated into existing subjects or as elective courses. If offering as an elective, HEIs needed to submit documents like revised curriculum, course outcomes, syllabus, faculty credentials, one term before the new academic year. Number 5. Monitoring and reporting requirements. CHED set up a system to ensure compliance through documentation. For HEIs offering peace education, they must submit to the CHED Regional Office Peace Ed Monitoring Form 1 or 2 depending on whether it's new or ongoing, revised curriculum and syllabi, faculty profiles for instructors handling peace education. CHED Regional Offices or CHEDROS must collect and consolidate forms and other documents, build a regional registry or peace educators, report regional status to CHED Central Standards Office or OPSD when requested. CHED Central Office or Programs Standard Developments or OPSD will consolidate data from all regions, maintain a national registry of peace educators, compile a national status report on peace studies or education for CHED in bank meetings. Number 6. Effectivity. The memorandum took effect immediately upon its release on April 2, 2019.
The impact world peace to globalization. World peace is not merely the absence of conflict but a crucial catalyst for globalization, serving as a prerequisite for the economic, political, and cultural integrations that defines the globalized world. When nations are not engaged in active conflict, they can relocate resources from military spending to areas that directly foster globalization, such as international trade, foreign investment, and technological development. Impacts of peace on globalization. First, economic integration. The state of peace is fundamental for economic globalization to flourish. It allows for the free flow of goods, capital, and people across borders. Trade and investment. Peace lowers the risk for international business and investment. When political and military tensions are low, countries are more willing to enter into trade agreements, and multinational corporations are more confident in making long-term investments abroad. This is because the risk of assets being destroyed, supply chain being disrupted, or markets being closed off is significantly reduced. Infrastructure and technology. Peace enables the development of global infrastructure such as shipping lane, communication cables, and transportation networks without the threat of sabotage or destruction. Resources that would otherwise be used for military defense can be directed toward building and maintaining this infrastructure, which is essential for a connected global economy. Second, political and institutional cooperation. Periods of peace encourage the formations of international institutions and norms that regulate and manage globalization. International organizations, the period of relative peace following World War II, lead to the creations of key global institutions like the United Nations or UN, the World Bank, and the International Monetary Fund or IMF. These organizations establish the rules and frameworks for international cooperation, economic development, and conflict resolution, which were instrumental in the post-war globalization boom. Diplomacy and law. A peaceful environment allows for the rise of diplomacy and international law as primary means of resolving disputes. This provides a stable and predictable system for international relations, which is a necessary condition for globalization to advance. The formations of the European Union or EU, for example, was a direct result of a desire to prevent future conflicts in Europe by integrating the economies of former rivals like France and Germany.
Cultural exchange and social integration. Peace promotes cultural globalization by fostering open communication and travel. Tourism and travel. When countries are at peace, tourism flourishes, leading to greater cross-cultural understanding and exchange. People are more willing to travel and experience different culture when they feel safe. Flow of information and ideas. Peace allows for the free movement of students, academics, and artists, facilitating the spread of ideas and cultural norms. The global adoption of languages, music, and media is often a direct result of a stable world where cultural products can be freely shared without censorship or restriction. Historical example: the post-World War II era. The mid-20th century provides a clear example of the link between peace and globalization. The devastation of two world wars effectively halted the first wave of globalization that occurred in the 19th and early 20th century. The post-1945 period marked by absence of global-scale military conflict, saw a resurgence of globalization. Germany and Japan. Following their defeat, this nation adopted policies of peace and economic reconstruction. Their commitment to diplomacy and trade, supported by international initiatives like the Marshall Plan, allowed them to become major economic powers and integral parts of the global economy. This economic renaissance is the testament to how peace can prepare a nation from ruin to eminence.
Good day everyone, I am Decadet Rivera and today we are going to tackle about world peace and society's issues and controversies. Global issues. As the world's only truly universal organization, the United Nations has become the foremost forum to address issues that transcend national boundaries and cannot be resolved by any one country acting alone. To its initial goals of safeguarding peace, protecting human rights, establishing the framework for international justice, and promoting economic and social progress, in the 7 decades since its creation, the United Nations has added on new challenges such as AIDS, big data, and climate change. While conflict resolutions and peacekeeping continue to be among its most visible efforts, the UN, along with its specialized agencies, is also engaged in a wide array of activities to improve people's lives around the world, from disaster relief through education and advancement of women to peaceful uses of atomic energy. For example, if it is Africa, aging, AIDS, artificial intelligence or AI, atomic energy, big data for sustainable development, child and youth safety online, then children, climate change, countering terrorism, crisis and emergency response, decolonization, uh, democracy, disarmament, drugs, ending poverty, food, gender equality, health, human rights, human settlements, international law of justice, international migration, mental health and well-being, multilateral system, oceans and law of the sea, outer space, peace and security, population, refugees, water and youth. World peace faces challenges like war, violence, and inequality, which stem from issues such as poverty, lack of access to education, discrimination, corruption, and the effects of climate change and resources scarcity. Controversies arise from differing definitions of peace, especially the distinction between negative peace and positive peace. The tension between academic theories and practical realities, and the ethical dilemmas in addressing new threats like cyber warfare and autonomous weapons are key challenges for societies striving for peace.
World peace and the society issue and controversy. So, world peace is challenged by interconnected issues like poverty, climate change, human rights violation, and conflict, which undermine societal stability and require broad global solution. While conventional approach focus on entire state conflict, emerging threats from public health, environmental crisis, and massive human rights abuse demand a broader understanding of security. Controversies arise over the effectiveness of extinguishing international bodies, the feasibility of achieving an universal global ethic, and the balance between national sovereignty and global cooperation in addressing this manifest problem. While conflict resolution and peacekeeping continue to be among its most visible efforts, the UN, along with the specialized agency, is also engaged in a wide array of activities to improve people's lives around the world, from disaster relief through education and achievement of women's peaceful use of atomic energy. As the world's only truly universal global organization, the United Nations has become a foremost forum to address issues that transcend national boundaries and cannot be resolved by any one country acting alone.